Ayo, back at it again, doing me, peace and love reflections. We here for another soulful tunes on this Money Manifesting Motivational Monday morning. My name is JoJo, also known as the Master of Manifestations, and gives real folks depending on the platform you are on. Today's topic is how AI tech can help you reinforce your boundaries. How can AI tech help you reinforce your boundaries? Is the question of the day. Have you ever wondered what to say to people, how to say things to people, and you never had the right words to say, right? You send message after message, and it's just argument after argument, or the person just act like they really can't understand what it is that you're trying to say. And through this is either amount of lack of communication or it's just unconnectivity. You just don't connect with them because you spend the whole conversation trying to get them to understand where you're coming from. Well, now we're in 2025 and we're living in a realm where AI tech is really at an all-time high. People are just using it for things like arts and crafts, making money and stuff. Some of them are using it to create documents. Me personally, I've been using it to answer messages. Because I'm realizing I have this way about myself that get annoyed quickly. And I'll get annoyed in a text. I will. And I won't care. Why? It's just what I done said is what I done said. How I done said is just how I done said. So when I realized this, I decided to start using AI to help me. How has it been helping me? By giving it a schematic that says, AI, can you rewrite this in a way that it conveys this, in a way that it allows the person to understand this, in a way that it's not so mad and angry, in a way that is competent, in a way that you get what I'm saying? I've been asking my AI to redirect my language, and in doing so, I'm able to see how I could be better. Because as I'm getting the new messages, it's showing me how I could be ready for myself in the future. It only works though if you actually open to what AI have to say. If you're not open to what the AI have to say about what you said, it's just you might as well just ignored it and just kept doing what you was doing. But for me, it's I read it, I say, you know what, that do sound better. Um, I could have said it that way, So for future usage, if I can't have it translate like that, um, I can actually articulate myself in a way that I understand. Well, lately I just been instilling boundaries. I realized that my boundary limit is nonchalant. I be hoping people get the hints. I be hoping people understand what I'm saying because I'm trying to avoid telling people what to do in their lives. It's a part of me that really hates that. I hate telling people what to do, but it also keeps me from being able to form boundaries. Not so much as not form them, but keep them stable to where it's I really, really mean it. It's for real, not playing, not sugarcoating type deal. And because of that, people continue to push my boundaries as if I didn't even say nothing, as if I didn't even set a boundary. With AI technology, I'm able to type in, can you make it into this way that they understand that this is the only text I'm about to send. This is the only voice message that I'm about to send. This is my reply to this. I will copy and paste the conversation into the AI text and say this is the conversation. But then AI read it and then they'll give me the best understanding. Maybe give me 2 or 3 different ways to word something. Before they send you, they send you a message, they give you 3 different options, right? I'll read through it, and sometimes it's not the right words, but I can tweak it. You feel me? What I learned though is AI is kind of petty though. Like I had wrote a message in the other day, and I said AI. They wrote me a beautiful reply though. Don't get me wrong. The reply was consistent. I was like, that's right. If I was talking to a customer, if I was talking to um a lighter skinned person, let's say like that, I had to write back. AI was like, say it like this. I was like, yeah, AI, listen. I didn't sugarcoat it. I said, this a black person. AI said, got you. That's what it said. It said, got you. Then it reworded what it had reworded for me. And it was like, look here now. I ain't trying to do this no more, and I'm sick of this. I was like, yo, AI was petty because in the beginning, the message was like, excuse me, I hope this could be better for you to understand. But this is what I blah, 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 blah. This is how I'm trying to get through it. I was like, nah, that ain't gonna work. Because that's too many thought process for a person of ethnicities in the darker range. And so when I told Chad that I was sick of it and it was a black person, AI was like, he said, got you. And when he reworded the rewording got me. And it made me think upon self, like, do people of darker understanding, do y'all like to be rudely talked to? Is that something that's the only way to get things across to y'all? Is to be rudely spoken to? Because according to AI tech, that's what y'all need and or like for y'all to understand how to create boundaries or when boundaries are being around you. Do you need to be yelled at? Do you need to be told look and listen before a person speaks to you? Cause at the beginning the AI was writing it like it was sophisticated, it was like humble, it was compassionate. But then when I told them what ethnicity I was talking to, it switched up the game. Um I might as well have wrote it myself at that point. Cause my message was like, I'm sick of this. Tell them to leave me the fuck alone. Type deal. But then when AI rewrote it, it basically said that still, but in a way, it was like the first time I wrote it, I was doing my best, JoJo, to rewrite what you wrote. But now that you done explained it to me, you right, girl. Go for it. Like it was encouraging me to write what the original message was. Peace be upon you, Sister Chocolate. Glad you could join us in the talk of the day.
Peace and wellness. I am Chocolate Gold, aka Cultivator Gold, depending on what platform you catching me on. I'm glad to be here for Soulful Tunes. I'm glad I don't know what's going on with my notifications, but I didn't get the notification, but I'm glad that I paid attention to the time and got here. You know, I'm ready to get into the soul and spirit. And I think that's so funny because it seems like that's how it is. Like, it seems like when you are a professional and when you use certain wording, certain people, they don't resonate with that. Like, they don't relate. Or, you know, it seems like sometimes you have to be like abrasive when you talk to people for them to be able to move forward in the way you're trying to get them to, right? Whether you're trying to get them to do something correctly or even if you're just trying to get them to leave you alone. It seems like you got to be abrasive. Like, you have to talk to them like that. And that's just so weird that we live in a time now where that's what people respect.
Yo, like, peace be upon you, Chocolate. I'm glad you could join us. And peace be upon the icon joining the room right now. But it's weird though, like as a robot technology that's just now coming into fruition to the public, right? If it can recognize that you need to be manhandled, that's how my daddy would have put it. Um, into understanding when people are setting boundaries, you gotta be handled at a certain way based on your ethnicity for you to understand if a robot can put that together, we got a problem as a society. Like, the robot automatically thought I was talking to a brightly skinned person, a black person, right? And it took that into account. And all of a sudden, when I was like, nah, I'm talking to an ethnicity that's a little darker shade, it was like, oh no, you got to switch that up. They're not gonna understand that. Them too many words. Cut them words short. Tell them straight out to the gap. Listen, I ain't got no time for this. And I was like, why you switch the language up? But still, it's like if a robot can tell that that's what we need to connect with each other, not even just to instill boundaries, just wording in general, we got a societal problem, yo. We gotta do better. It shouldn't take that. A robot shouldn't feel like he should have had to change the words dramatically. It wasn't even like it took like 2 or 3 words. It took a whole sentence, put some exclamation points in there and everything just to get my point across. And all I was just trying to do was say, yo, I'm just not in the mood. Like that's what I was just trying to say. But the person that I'm saying it to, they don't take that as this person is saying leave them alone for right now. This person is trying to just give some space. They would continue to bogart. And it was funny because the last thing chat told me, I was like, thank you, chat, for that message. I sent it. And they wrote me, and chat wrote me back. And mind you, I didn't ask chat to write a reply. Chat said, and if they reply back, you need to send them this. This message here say you not in the mood. You're not trying to have no rebuttals. You're not trying to have no talkbacks. This your final and last message. But mind you, I didn't ask chat to give me that message. Chat already felt like that message was gonna need to be said because they feel like that type of person was gonna have some rebuttals to the message I sent that it said should work. That's a problem we have. The society we live in shouldn't be in that level that a robot know you gonna retaliate. It anticipated your retaliation. It anticipated the argumentation of your retaliation. There's a robot, y'all. Like, man, if AI technology could understand us at that level and your own loved ones and friends couldn't understand you at that level, I don't care if it's months, years, weeks that they know you, we got a problem because AI don't even know me like that. I mean, yeah, I've been giving this my information for about it, maybe like a year now, but still, for it to be like, this is what you need to do. JoJo don't be so passive no more, type deal. We really gotta be more mindful, and our friends and family shouldn't have to tolerate that mess. What you got to say against that?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. That's just ridiculous because the idea that a robot or AI technology that's pretty much new, you know what I mean, can be aware of something that I don't even think, the people who are acting like that really are aware of. I don't think they see in their own actions what they gravitate to, what they relate to, and how they communicate. You know what I mean? I think that's a thing. And that's interesting that that AI technology has become so intelligent that it's able to be aware of things that we ain't even aware of in ourselves. Like that's just crazy. But you're right, we do have a societal issue, and for myself, you know what I mean, I've been noticing more and more things, not dealing with AI, but been noticing more and more things about society and about different cultures that it's just so many differences. It's so crazy. So to know that even AI said, no, this is a totally different person we talking to now. We got to switch this whole thing up. Yo, that is something. That is
Most,
something.
most definitely. It's like I feel like we using AI technology in an okay way, but we not using it in a way that says this is gonna help us as a whole. Yeah, it's cool to make artwork. Yeah, it's cool to ask them about business questions, but we could start using it to better ourselves. And just from the conversation right now, if I was to talk to myself about um, if it could improve my language, if it can improve my tolerance, my patience, my own understanding of self, that's better than a therapist, kind of, because it's like only answering questions from the based on the information of how you articulate stuff to it, based on the information you give it. It's not sitting there with emotions. Like you can pay a therapist, right, a bunch of money to still not be able to help you. You could pay a therapist a bunch of money to sit and listen to you, and they still be judgment there, and they're not really helping you be based on their judgment or their past experience or whatever you got going on. And it's like with AI tech, they don't got that emotion barrier. It's a give you the information as you giving it to them. So I've been utilizing it to better understand myself. And it hit me when I was sending text. I don't send text no more. Like, I just don't. Even when people are in my DMs, it don't matter really who you are. I just been using AI technology to answer y'all. Cause y'all done worked my nerves. Y'all done worked my nerves at a level that says I'm sick of answering it in my way because y'all still don't understand. I'm sick of answering questions because in my mind I'm like, my mind, I'm still, I think it was at like last week or week before last, we talked about our first thought patterns is negative and how we need to be more mindful in the world when we thinking, because our first thought shouldn't be in a negative range. It should be in a space that's like positive first, and then we can assess it to see if there's any negativity in it later, but it shouldn't be the first thing we think about. So I've been mindful of that, and because it's hard, um, I decided to seek help from the AI generator, and it's assisting me through that. And because I'm working on the assistance, it's I just been not answering messages. Um, I just can't no more because I've given up the ghost. Because the more and more I answer, the more and more I either don't get what I'm saying to be heard or read correctly, or it's a back and forward thing, or it's I want to talk to my clients in a way that don't, like, example, if a client hit me up and like, I'm gonna use the actual post. I had posted step by step on what you had to do to get to using my currency dollars. My currency dollars are very simple, y'all. You go to the exchange, you purchase a currency dollar. When you hold them or don't, you then say, JoJo, you got a class, you got a book, you got something I want. Can I give you back the currency dollars? And I'm like, yeah, I accept currency dollars. And you give it to me, and you can attend the class, get the product or service. I did step by step on what they needed to do to acquire that. And somebody in the message decides to say, what she say? She said, yo, explain to us how to do it. My first instinct said, what the fuck you mean? But my second instinct said, JoJo, don't go negative first. And then my third instinct said, I don't know how to word the answer to that because it's clearly what I wrote there. Like, I wrote step by step and she still asked and write it again. Like, I wanted to just copy and paste the entire message and reply to her. But instead, I said, I'm not going to deal with this. I wrote chat, how to reply to this lady in a way that's understanding, business, and confident, and not in a way that shows my frustration. And I wrote what I posted, and I wrote her reply, and it gave me the answer to give to her. And I said, you know what, that's a little bit better, because I wouldn't have worded it that way. You feel me? I would have worded it a whole different way. But chat was like, nah. We can do better. It can be better. And as I was reading what chat had wrote, it was helping me be a better person. Because then as I read what chat wrote, I was like, you know what? I can reword stuff like that. I can say stuff like that. That is a better way of thinking. So no, I just been using AI now to answer messages because I'm in need of a mental assistance. I'm in need of somebody to take away the emotions, because I don't really like putting a bunch of emotions and shit anyway. And when I talk to people, it feels like there's always emotions. And that's why I'm not understood. So if I was to get assistance, it had to be from someone or something that had very little to no emotions. And chat is the best way to go. Yeah, I use Grammarly. A lot of y'all be like, oh, I use the Grammarly app. Yeah, but Grammarly be acting up because I don't want to pay for it. And sometimes Grammarly, they'll say the same stuff all the time. And it just, I don't know, I gotta do a lot of editing with Grammarly. It don't really understand me. But chat understand me. So I just been talking to chat. Because that's the best way to go. hmm I recommend it to people. I'm not saying you gotta do it. I'm just recommending it. Try it. See how what it do for you. See where it take you. See if you understand where I'm coming from when I say we can reflect upon ourselves for things and people who don't really know us. And chat is the best way that I found so far. Let's use technology in a way that says it's not just about the next bag to chase. It's not just about what can you do for me that's temporary, instant gratification. Because I'm learning something using chat to be my message system. I'm understanding self when using chat to be my message system. And I'm learning better ways to articulate myself using chat. I mean, yeah, I could just copy and paste the messages and instantly just paste whatever he said to it. Or I could stop and read and actually see if this is really what's conveying what I want to convey as me. And then through reading, I'm understanding. And that's how you can use this in an effective way. It's not just for money and art, man. Like, it's good assistance. AI is but assisting in technology, assisting on information. Um, assist I, you see. So yeah, I just felt like I should tell y'all something that I have been upgrading myself with lately. But other than that, y'all, I've been out here just maintaining self-reflection. I've been self-reflecting this week. I gotta get myself together and increase more so. I got a lot of increase coming my way. I just have to get out of my own way and put it together.
Yeah, I was gonna say Grammarly is really more for like official writing. You know, like if you was writing a paper or an article or something like that. That's the reason why it's like that. And I use it because I already got it as an extension. But a lot of times I just ignore what it's talking about. And like you said, you only get like 3 free samples a day. So it's like unless you pay for it, it's really not helping you out the most. Because it does have a feature to rewrite. And also, like I said, unless you're doing some type of official writing where, you know, there's a certain style that you have to write in, it's really not the most beneficial for people who just writing stuff or explaining things or creating posts. I actually did use chat, I think it was last year when I first learned about it. I did actually use it to write a response because at that time I was very frustrated with this person. And every single time I went to respond, it just came out rude. It came out very rude. And I'm like, I don't want to be rude, but it's like, ugh, you know what I mean? You be getting frustrated with some people when you talking to them, and it's like, you know, I mean, I understand that everybody can't understand or pick up things quickly like I do. But at the same time, it's like, how can you not understand? Like it's so simple and I put it so plainly. Like I've never been the type of person to use a whole bunch of, you know, big words or complicated language. Like I'm a simple, straight to the point type of person. So when I'm telling somebody something and they ain't understanding, it's like, how can you not understand though? You know what I mean? And so at that time, I was like completely frustrated. So I'm like, hey, chat, how can I say this and it not be like so abrasive. You know what I mean? Like, because every time I went to it was like that element of the abrasiveness came in. Like, you could hear the frustration. I'm like, no, no, let me not say it like that. And even when I thought I had it down pat, I read it back and I'm like, that could still be taken wrong. You know what I mean? And you don't want to ruin relationships with people because you like snapping at them because, you know what I mean, they having a hard time getting you or understanding you. So I did use it, and it went over well. So that's a good thing for people who have issues with communicating with people a certain type of way. Man, I would say use it. Even not when you're just frustrated with someone, but even in trying to figure out how to put any type of context together. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you don't want to say something the same way that you've been saying it over and over, right? You can even put that in there and say, rewrite this, rephrase this, right? And it'll rephrase it in a different way. And it'll help you with extending your vocabulary and stuff like that. I have noticed that about ChatGPT. It's pretty good about having a lot of different language. The only thing though is it's kind of like you do have to read it and you do have to go through it and kind of tweak it because it kind of says some of the same generic stuff. So if you are a person or if you're in the same industry as someone else, a lot of these people are copying and pasting. So their stuff is sounding and looking the same. So my suggestion is always read it and tweak it and put it in a way that fits you and your personality.
Most definitely, and that was part of my next thing to talk about. Did you know that when you're using chat, that you can integrate different things into it? Like, say for instance, you're talking about cats and dogs. It will give you the same outline as if it gave somebody else if they ask, I need to write a paper about German Shepherds. It's gonna give you the same outline. But if you was to go into it and say, I want to write a paper about German Shepherds in a way that a person who has been working with German Shepherds for 11 years with a master's degree in animology, um, and at a higher level than 12th grade level type thing, if you integrate that type of language in your chat questions or whatever you want to call it, it'll change it up for you. Like, instead of writing German Shepherds are dogs, it'll write German Shepherds is known to be this breed for this many years. It'll go in more detail based on what it is you're trying to tell it. So like I would say that's a helpful thing about chat. Like, if you don't ask chat won't give it to you. Ask not get, not is what my mama say. And so if you don't ask chat exactly what you want, it's gonna give you the same mundane thing it then gave everybody else. You can always tell somebody copy and paste chat GPT when it says, hope all is well. If the first sentence says hope all is well, that's a chat GPT message. And you got to find your way out. That's a clear shot. So know that after that. But if you could say, chat, I don't want to hear, you write it, I don't want to hear the same stuff you send to other people. I need for you to give me a straight answer. If you're talking to somebody dumb about something that's smart, like say I'm in cryptocurrency, right? If you want to understand more about cryptocurrency and blockchain, link above my head, also in my profile bio, so you don't gotta lose it, right? But if I want to convey people to cryptocurrency, I would be like, this is a blockchain, this is how you trade, this is an exchange. And they would say things like, I don't understand, them are big words, I've never done it before. And they be people that's grown, 30 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old people. I would say, chat, I'm gonna write to you what it is, step by step. I want you to rephrase this, reword this in the form that a 10-year-old can do it, in the form of a 10th grader can do it. Can you rewrite it in a way that somebody went to college but dropped out? Chat will switch it up. And if you don't believe me, try it. Write the same thing and add it to ask chat to reword it. And then write it again and say, can you reword this to a lower educated level? You'll see the difference. like I said in the beginning, chat petty. You can even change the ethnicity. Write the same thing and say, I'm talking to a Latin American group of people or an Asian group of people. See what chat switch it up to. Just take a look at it. I've been doing it, and I know what chat do. I know chat petty. Chat real petty. And to see the pettiness of chat, you gotta do what I'm saying do. And then you're gonna say, oh my god, this ain't copy and paste. This not a I wanted to somebody wanna join on the cast. Peace be upon you, Crystal.
Hi, I'm Chrissy. Hi, nice to meet you. I like this topic. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So how AI can help reinforce your boundaries?
Yeah.
Okay. Where have you guys gone so far?
We've gone to the point of understanding what your boundaries is, and when you can't understand how to articulate it to people who keep pushing your boundaries, mostly in text messages, in voice messages as well, because chat has that. We've just been talking about how you can have the type of people, give them the same sentence that you could give somebody else and they still not understand it. It could be based on level of education, level of ethnicity, race, and whatnot, place that they live. The way people understand things is always changing. And because we don't always understand how people think, it's hard for us to change up. But with AI technology, we're able to input these things into it because it's got so much information now. And we was talking about how in the beginning, how I had a person I was talking to, and it's like every time I talk to them, it's like I either get mad or they get agitated, or it's a whole emotional tug war, right? So I decided to give it up to chat and say, chat, can you reword it to fit this person? And chat gave me a way, but it was like if I was giving it to a person that was a blight person. And I was like, nah, chat, they not gonna understand. You're using too many words, too many big words. You're making it too complicated. This person needs straightforward stuff. And I was like, I'm talking to a darker skinned individual. And chat said, oh, gotcha. Now it's the exact word. And he worded it up the same way. And to a way I felt like it better resonated to them. Because after I copied and pasted what the chat told me, the person seemed to realize, yeah, this is what she's trying to say. The conversation went a whole lot better than it usually goes. So it'll help you instill boundaries, because when you reread what chat says to write, you understand how you could change yourself up. You understand what you could do better, how you could articulate yourself, because it's writing it for you. You feel me? And if you're reading it, you're comprehending it. And if you're reading to not comprehend, that's weird. But yeah, that's how far we got with that.
What I hear you speaking to more than anything is the power of feedback and clarity. It sounds like you're using ChatGPT to help you get clear on how you vocalize your boundaries. Correct?
Yeah, that's the example, because I can only speak on myself. You feel me? But as a whole, the whole point is, because I can speak only on myself, is to explain to people how they can maybe use it for themselves. I can't sit here and tell y'all what to do. I will not. I don't like to do that. And that's actually my problem, telling people what to do. Like, I can sit here and tell people fuck off all day, right? But that won't get me the reaction that I want. So being able to find a different way outside of the emotions is better for me. I can only speak for me, but it's better for me to talk to something that doesn't have so many emotions. And the chat don't got no emotions. So when it tell you something, it's really straightforward, cookie cut kind of thing. And that allows me to better understand which boundaries I want to set, how I want to set them, how to talk to certain people about the boundaries I want, how to instill better boundaries to where they're hardcore boundaries and the foundation is stable. That's what I'm really speaking on right now. Because a lot of us set boundaries, but they're not stable boundaries. Because at the end, so I wrote chat. At the end of it was like, make sure, because I didn't ask chat. I was like, Chad, thank you for that message. I sent it to them. I hope it's gonna go well. Chat writes me, he says, if it don't go well, write them this way this gonna stop them from doing this, that, and the other. And I was like, thank you, chat. Because the chat was showing me that sometimes you gotta reinstall boundaries and keep at it and don't get up on it, because people will push your boundaries and they'll get mad. They'll use emotions like, I'm sad. Why are you doing this to me? Why you say that? We friends, we family, all that's cool. But if you setting a boundary, you setting a boundary. You feel me? That emotional shit is trash. I don't care if you a friend, family. I don't care how long I know you. I don't care how little I know you. I don't care. I'm trying to set a boundary. So it's like using chat, using AI technology, it's easier to do that.
I definitely agree.
And that's the talk of the day. It's better understanding how we can use AI more than just making paperwork, more than just writing emails, making artwork, and all this stuff. Some people use it to code and whatnot. That's great, but we can use it to improve ourselves and gain better understanding of ourselves. If we can only just learn what it is we're trying to grow in, and that's I think it's gonna make us better people. But I don't hear anybody talking about that. People just tell me about ChatGPT wrote my paper. ChatGPT made me some emails. They don't really tell me about ChatGPT and helping them.
I mean, I think it's a tool, so I think people use it in different ways. But I know for a fact that I teach people, and people I know use it for what you're referring to, and it's quite common to help, especially even in, you're talking more like interpersonal relationships, but even in business relationships, when those things go wrong, I feel like a lot of people are using it to help with communication and just setting those boundaries with clients, and that naturally kind of spills over into your personal relationships. So I see it happening a lot, actually. I think it's just a tool that a lot of people are using in a lot of different ways. It can do so much. And me personally, I think it's going to be one of the things that helps wedge the gap. Because all you just need to know is the right question to ask. It can answer any question you want. It's just asking the right one. So I definitely agree with this. Sorry, that's my puppy in the background playing with a toy.
Yeah. We're here on Mondays at 11 a.m. Central Time for Soulful Tunes, where we talk about sewing and growing in different aspects. We are predominantly using stereo, but you can go to the link above my head to find out different things that we're doing. Because sewing and growing is not just something you do physically, like planting trees. It's really about what you instill into yourself and others. Everybody that you interact with is you releasing seeds, and how you want them to grow is based on what the energy you put behind the installation. In this instance, in this topic, how do you instill your boundaries, which is your boundaries is the seed, and how do you wish for them to grow into more of an understanding way that you want people to perceive and see you as? The tree is the boundary being established. The seed is also is a boundary, but how you instill the boundary. The seed is the tree, because the tree comes from a seed type deal. Like I said, we're here at 11 a.m. Central Time. Sister Chocolate, is there anything you want to add on to this?
Just let me say again, I am Chocolate Gold, also known as Cultivator Gold. You can go to my bio and click that link to see everything that I got going on. Of course, we at the end of the year, I decided that this time I'm going to start my year off on vacation. So we won't have a Words of Wellness or Financial Freedom Friday this week. I'm going to take this time to reset and reinstall my systems and get everything updated for 2025. But again, you can go to my bio, you can check out my past shows, and also connect with me through the link there.
Sister Crystal, thank you for joining us today and being on our panel today. If you
Thank you for
have
having me.
anything that you are doing, this is the time that you can promote yourself. Let the people know what you got going on. Share a little bit about yourself so that we can all understand a little bit of who you are.
I appreciate the opportunity. So I am Chrissy. I run a marketing agency outside of Michigan. And so we do social media marketing and email marketing for local and small businesses. My links are in the bio as well.
All praises to that. So,
Meet you.
y'all, this Charlie, you had something to say?
I was just saying to Chrissy, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Awesome. So, again, I'm over here. I'm the founder. My name is Judge, also known as the Master of Manifestations. Gives a roll, folks, depending on the platform you are on. I'm the founder of the Meta Environmental Exchange. We bring financial aid to your finances. I'm also the founder and CEO of the Natural News Network, which is a 3ME. We help you better understand what nature can do for you, how you can do your part for nature, and how nature can pay you by just being aware of what it's doing. What does that look like? You got to join me on the website that we have a link above my head. But until then, I'm going to be here next Monday at 11 a.m. Central Time. Also, here Friday, on Fridays with Sister Chocolate. But like she said, she's going to take that break. But I'm going to be here most definitely Monday. And we can talk about more soulful aspects of our life. How we can grow. You never know what we're sowing and growing. You never know how we can help each other. And I don't mean just how can I help you, but we could help each other. Through the equivalent exchange of understanding each other and bringing awareness to what we don't know and bringing awareness to what we do know, we're able to help make the world a better place. We can so on and so forth throughout everyday life. So I'm going to end this show, you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you to all those people who will be listening to the replay. All praises to the warrior and the karma for dropping in and listening. Talk to y'all next time. Peace be upon y'all.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.